Hi, this is James Headley. Welcome back to the Living in Savannah channel. With all due respect to Charles Dickens, the more clever title for today's video that I had in mind was A Tale of Three Seasons. In just a few moments, I'm going to delve into what the real estate market here looked like in late 2020, late 2021, and how it looks like at the end of 2022 to hopefully provide landing buyers and sellers with some additional perspective as we prepare to turn the calendar to 2023. Before doing so, let me just take a moment to thank you for liking, subscribing, and sharing. After launching this channel late in 2022, it's really rewarding to see the viewership grow, and I appreciate all of you that are helping to make that happen. Please do keep spreading the word to neighbors, to those that you know might be interested, and I'll keep working hard to keep you informed about the landings and the local real estate market. So diving right in, starting with the sales that occurred in November of 2020, as we look at those numbers, the median selling price for a home in the landings then, just over 2 years ago, was $473,750, which translated to $182 per square foot. And the median home at that time stayed on the market for 44 days before going to contract. As we jump forward a year to November of 2021, when we were right in the midst of probably the hottest real estate market ever, the median landings home was then selling for $762,250, an increase of nearly $290,000. The dollar per square foot increase was just as dramatic, as it climbed over 25% to $228 per square foot. Interestingly, homes were still staying on the market for 42 days before going to contract at that time. In November of 2022, the median sales price in the landings actually declined to $715,000, though the dollar per square foot metric increased another $10 to $238 per square foot. Those homes in November 2022, actually took 48 days to go to contract on average. Pausing there for a second, it is worth noting a couple of things about these numbers. First, a caveat that these figures are based upon sales recorded for these 3 Novembers in the local MLS. So any off-market sales, delayed recording by agents, etc., are not baked into these numbers. It is probably safe to assume, though, that these numbers are at least generally and directionally reflective of what was actually happening in the market at these moments in time. And what was happening is that the local real estate market went parabolic in 2021 and into early to mid 2022, for what it's worth, just as it did in practically every market in the U.S. And while not as dramatically as in some regions, that price inflation has stabilized since the summer of 2022 here in the landings, most likely due to the various macroeconomic headwinds in the market, such as increasing interest rates and declining stock market valuations, just to name a couple. So what's important here? What does that tell us about the upcoming 2023 market? Sellers, as reflected by the active and coming soon listings on the market in the landings the week of Christmas, are very optimistic. The median listing price of a landings home is $919,000, which is $271 per square foot. Getting those asking prices would mean roughly a 28% increase in median selling price from just last month, and a corresponding 14% increase in dollar per square foot. While this is very possible, and I should also note that the great variability in landings homes in terms of location, view, state of updating, etc., can create some considerable swings in these numbers from month to month, pending that mix of inventory. It does still seem a bit optimistic, especially when you consider that these active listings have already been on the market a median of 51 days, which is higher than any of the last 3 Novembers worth of closed sales data. Let's see what happens in the traditionally more active spring months here, but the only argument I see for this kind of uptick in values is the potential for the persistence of very low inventory levels driving some buyer FOMO. Barring that, I think sellers should expect to see prices more in line with what we saw in November of 2022, which in fairness still represents a tremendous increase in equity in a little more than 2 years. And for buyers, I would caution you not to wait for a major pullback in prices. But if you see the right home for you, just know that there is likely some room for negotiation that may not have been there, even 6 months ago. I hope this is helpful information and would certainly welcome the opportunity to discuss your particular real estate needs one-to-one, provide additional data, or answer any questions you have at your convenience. So please do contact me anytime. As always, thank you for subscribing, liking, and sharing, and I look forward to seeing you in the new year with new episodes. Take care.